Hello, good evening. How are all of you? I'm back again, back with a bang. Mrs. Meenala Satyamurthy from Ekcel Academy to be here with you again for another short but sweet program. Now, if you could hear me, could you all raise your hands? I would be really glad and know that you are listening to me. Yes, that's fantastic. Wow, that's great. I'm happy. Thumbs up. Yes, good. So here I am today, yet with another different choice, a different program altogether from what you had seen me last time, if you have attended. I thought there must be a change. And the change I felt should be in something that is new to you, useful to you. Now, why useful? Because of your exams. Your fast approaching exams that is galloping at a speed, just like a horse galloping fast. So I thought I should do something useful for you. After all, as Mr. Alok rightly put it across, under 40 days to go through, I don't want to waste your precious time. So now then it just struck my mind, what should I do? How should I plan? And how should I plan? Then later on, I said, fine, I shall do this for these students and see that they are benefited. This is the one. See. Escape. And so I decided, yes, Meena, do this for the students. So welcome back and all encapsulated in a capsule form to all of you to just digest as you digest the pill within no time. And remember whatever I have taught in these 4 days. So friends, let's commence without even wasting a time. Thanks to Ekcel Academy and courtesy Ekcel Academy that I am here with the second time with all of you to share my knowledge and help you become great, great people in your field. So the first one, yes, there's a chat message and that says, yes, thumbs up. Very good. Keep it up. Now let's move on. I wanted to do something I told you and here, yes. Yes, if you have noticed, this is called business vocabulary. Now, business vocabulary, why the insistence of business vocabulary? The idea was nothing but to make you acquaint with these words so that these words etch in your memory. And what happens is you remember them for time to come. And during your exam time, you don't have any kind of difficulty. What's the word organize means? The verb organize just means keep everything in an orderly manner. To plan for a certain business meeting. All of you are going to have such meetings in your life. So you must plan. So whenever you see the word organize, it is this. Now do not get worried about the spelling of Z and S over here. Usually we use S in the British spelling and Z for the American spelling. And let me be very clear that I too have browsed and picked up the best for what I could do to you today. So you could see some of them to be browsed and brought to you. Doesn't matter. But the worksheet belongs entirely to me because I have made a comprehensive worksheet per day. So a sales and marketing team will organize the upcoming annual sales convention in Los Angeles. So that's the meaning of organize. What is guidance? Guidance comes from the verb guide, which means you direct, you steer, or you lead the way. And therefore, guidance is nothing but the act of giving direction or help. So our manager guides us regularly. With the guidance of Ekcel Academy, we can come out in flying colors. See how you can form the sentence formation. Expand. You expand the business because you got something more to do. And then we often talk about expanding. Recently, it was the Tatas which acquired the big basket. So they have expanded their terms. They have even acquired Air India. So again, they have expanded. Air India has no doubt come back to them, but it has been expanded. So you expand means you increase the size, you increase the amount. In business, you usually talk about expanding a business. Now, business vocabulary might have me talking a little more, doesn't matter, because what happens is later on, business, I will start off with prepositions. So then you will have something to think about. Just don't get worked up and say, oh, she's talking too much. No, listen to me. Clause. Clause is a word. And anytime you want to ask a question, you can raise your hand and I think I can unmute you, or you can chat and send me messages so that I could answer to you. Now, clause A, the noun clause refers to a statement or a term in a contract. Now, clause is very important because you people learn about clauses in every little thing that you go ahead. See how there is a relation between your exam and these words. That's what we intended to do. And that's what we are doing. And that's why I am here. So I think you got the point. So our legal term has raised questions about certain clauses in the contract. Null and void. Now, it refers to a clause that has become totally invalid because it has no legal force. Now, recently, you must have read in the newspapers, especially if you belong to Mysore or some other parts, there were few people in the teaching faculty whose contract was termed to be null and void because it had not been renewed. So when you do not renew a contract, for example, when you take up a house on a rent, when you take up a building on a lease, or when you take up a building on a mortgage, you do not come see to it that you renew it. It becomes null and void. And therefore, there is nothing else that can be done, but you will have to do it all over again. The null and void comes together. N-U-L-L-V-O-I-D, null and void. Computator is something that you are all extremely familiar with. Competitor, and in business, my God, you really get scared because the other competitor is coming to you. You have to face him. What about the mushrooming of schools, the mushrooming of colleges, the mushrooming of your medical labs, the doctors, anything? So they're all equal competitors. And when there are competitors, naturally, there is an element of fear because you have to do your best to keep it up. That is the thing. It's nothing else, but you have to do your best. You have to raise your standards. You have to raise your level. Now, this comes to you now. You have to work hard. You have to face the other competitors for your examination in order to do well and keep yourself in the competition so that you come out with flying colors. So remember how this word is utilized. That's the beauty of these words. Now, management is concerned about the number of new competitors entering the market this year. One more thing, let me tell you, I have gone through this, but in the worksheet, I have made it like asking meanings for you so that you match and then you do it. Invoice. The term invoice refers to an itemized bill, which shows the list of goods or services that are provided, their prices, and the total amount. Don't forget that we need to pay within 45 days of receiving the invoice. Any item that the company purchases, there is a deadline for which the amount has to be paid. And that deadline can be easily met. So that is the invoice. Now, these invoices will be preserved. This word you have come across. See, I made it very clear that I have to relate these terms to your studies. Otherwise, me teaching coming in between your exam point and doing it would not hold good. Now, counter offer. An offer that is made in response to another offer made by another party. Now, if you're unhappy with some offer that you have received, you may make a counter offer. John offered to sell me his used car for $15,000. It's a nice car, but that's a little too expensive for me. So I'm going to make him a counter offer. Either you reduce, or you bargain, or you negotiate, and that's the counter offer. Trademark. Trademark is some there wherever you go. It refers to an officially registered name, symbol, or logo used to represent a product or a firm. All of you are attending the Ekcel Academy's course who have been so liberal enough to give it to you for free. Have you ever thought about their logo? Have you ever thought about their symbol? Mind you, their symbol starts with the letter E, and then the arrow proceeds upwards to show the letter A. So Ekcel is progressing always in an excellent manner, and therefore Ekcel Academy. So you can see how that is being done. So see the logo's beauty there. And that is the trademark of Ekcel Academy. That is the symbol of Ekcel Academy. And that is the logo of Ekcel Academy. So next time when you see a symbol or a logo or anything like that, please observe, because observation is the first step to learn a lesson. So Ekcel Academy has been generous enough to give us this opportunity to all of you. So the noun trademark refers to an officially registered. Remember to use this term, officially registered. Without the word official, it has no meaning on its own. So officially registered name, symbol, logo used to represent a product or a firm. It can be used as a verb. It's similar in some ways to a copyright or a patent, but not quite the same. One of the most famous trademarks in the world today is the golden arches, the symbol of McDonald's. He says, I didn't want to use this. I thought, let me use my Ekcel Academy's logo only so that you remember and be glad, because you should see. And it's there right in front of my eyes. I didn't have to do it because it was there in my mind when I went through. What better example can I give than use the logo of Ekcel Academy? So that is one thing. Consensus. Consensus. See the pronunciation also. Consensus. K. Consensus refers to an idea or opinion that's been agreed upon by everyone. After a 4-hour meeting, the committee could not come to a consensus. They'll be meeting again next week. It just results in a deadlock. It's so common. We see what happens about any bill that is passed in the parliament. There isn't any consensus at all. Now you shall be coming across this later on when you get these jobs. When you say consensus, it is not agreed upon at all. So consensus, it's an idea or opinion that has been referred to. Now all this have been browsed and picked up. I keep repeating because let me be truthful, honest, and that's the best game that you can play. Now I'll do 2 or 3 more and then move on to the next one. Public relations. Now, public relations refers to the activities you use to promote and create a good public image of your company so that people view it in a positive manner. It's also common to use the abbreviation PR. Now, it is definitely the activities we promote. We have to promote, we have to grow, we have to progress. And remember, we are doing it positively. There is nothing wrong at all. There is nothing wrong at all when a company promotes. Absolutely right. Aren't we being fair enough to promote our products in the right, honest, sensible, sincere manner? So when you promote it, so what happens is people listen to you. People get attracted to you. People know what you stand for. People know that you are a quality one. You may give quantity, friends, but let me tell you, quality is what that matters. So it is public relationships that you maintain, and that is what carries your company long, long years from now on. Now, the sample sentence. I feel that sponsoring the Fitness for All program will be an excellent public relations move. How many of our film actors, how many of our film actors went on to become the PR in so many advertisement companies? The Joya Lucas, you can see, the Malabar Gold Diamonds, anything you want, you can see. And too sad, Puneet Rajkumar too was a public relation person in so many of the companies too. Agenda. Agenda, as a secretary, you will have to know this term. Agenda is referring to a list of things that have to be discussed or done at a meeting and must be noted down. We think we're very good at our memory power. We think we can use mnemonics and become very good. But at the end of the day, we are human beings. Noting down these points will enable you to see that you are strategized and methodical and meticulous in your planning. And that will enable you to do things better. So as you do it, you know very well you haven't missed out any of the things left. So agenda is something that is very important. Visual aids. Visual aids are things like charts, pictures, everything. And you use visual aids if you're giving a presentation or when you're meeting. Now, your visual aids help me get a better picture of this complex construction project. You have seen how the house planning or anything that which I don't have to explain. After sales service, that is one thing that we have to note, because we no doubt sell a product, whether we are in touch with our customer, how the product is working. Are there any defects? Is there anything more that we can do? Could we improvise it? What is the next step for us to do something? So with all this, after sales service is very important when you have the maintenance and repairs and you continue to provide for your customers and when your customer buys the product. A company's after sales service is considered one of the best in the electronics market. Remember, one of the best. Best is a superlative. Before superlative, always use THE and pronounce it as the best. Before superlatives, we always use THE and we pronounce it as the best, the worst, the most difficult, the most interesting, like that. So whenever you're writing your answer to in the exam, when you use a superlative, make a note of this point. Oh, she taught us that day, no? I have to use THE, the, no? I must use. It is really important. Now, when you use the comparatives, you have to use than, but when you use a superlative, you have to use the before it. The last but not the least for today's business vocabulary is strategy. It is nothing but refers to be a plan that has been carefully put across to achieve a certain goal. In order to see that your strategy towards your examination works, make an agenda of what you have to study. Note it down point by point and then prioritize what you have to study. And then your strategy works and you shall come out in flying colors and understand how these four classes could be instrumental in helping you. Everywhere there is a link established. Everywhere there's a link established. And these have been picked up specially for you after browsing and going through the websites because you had to get the best. You are about to write an exam. I'm repeating, sorry, I'm not scaring you. I'm just telling you that it is a real, what I must say, a step up. You climb a step up so that, if I sit on a pillow, I look higher, taller. So you see, you step up and you do well. So far, any doubts? You can ask questions or chat. If not, I move on to the next point that I want to. Could I move on? Any thumbs up? Or you don't want to give? Doesn't matter. Yes, there is a message. No doubts, ma'am. It actually is very happy to hear the word no doubts, ma'am. But at the same time, there's a little doubt. You know what? When you say no doubts, only two things can happen. One, you understood very clearly. The second one, you might not have understood anything. Everything might have flown above your head. And then who's to be blamed? The so-called teacher. Oh Lord, please don't put me in that position today. So we shall move on to the next slide that I have prepared for you. And in doubt, I shall see to it that I write it down and that you understand that better. So let's move on to this. Yes. I have brought in prepositions. They are the best friends of human beings, I must say, because this is where we tend to make our mistakes. This is where we tend to place in and on and in, and then make everything a halla gulla about it and change completely. Here, I would like to use my whiteboard in order to give you Will you just wait for me patiently? Here I am. Yes. Now, I'm sure all of you could see it. I have brought in the three most important ones: at, in, on. There is a difference in the usage of at, in, on. Remember, at is always used for a specific time or place. That is the most important thing. Now, in is also used for time. There is no doubt about it, but there is a little difference. Now, it is also used for years. It is also used for years. That is the other thing about in. And then, sorry, typo error, please excuse me, are in a country, are in a village. That way you use in. And I shall also tell you there are certain words which take the preposition in only. Now, if this is about in, when we go on to on is always used for days, days and dates. Days and dates. On the 15th of January, on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, on Thursday, on Friday, on Saturday. So always days and dates you have to use on. In 1965, in 1941, in 1942, in 1943. So always you use in. That is one thing that you have to know. Now, at is at a specific time, at a specific, at 8 o'clock, at 9 o'clock. So at 10 o'clock when you're there. So when you always try to see at is at a specific time and at place. Now, sometimes English grammar always has exceptions. There is no doubt about it. English grammar does have exceptions. And there are at times when we say at Easter and at Christmas. So that is there here. Now, when we have to give you examples for at, on, and in, I shall give you the exercise after teaching this. You will do the answers for me, send it through the chat box, and then do it immediately. I have also used into, and onto. Now, there is a difference between into and onto. Now, into indicates movement and also entrance. Now, what is the difference here? Onto indicates what is known as, it is used mainly, excuse me, mainly for people and animals, especially when there is a movement involving change of level. The girls jumped onto the stage. The cat jumped onto the table. So you always use onto. Now into, I jumped into the well. I jumped into the lake. So when you say at that point of time, you always use into. Into indicates an action which is going on as compared to in, which is not like that. So into is into movement and to entrance. But here onto always tells you that it is mainly for people and animals, especially when there is a movement involving change of level. That is the major difference here. The next that you have to know about it here is nothing but yeah, two words. Oh, sorry. Towards indicates place. Towards also indicates a direction. Okay, so that is about towards. Sorry. Yes. The next thing that I would like to tell you is the difference between when you use for, since, and from. Now, for is always used for a total period of time. I have been teaching since 4 o'clock. The starting time is not told, ending time. So I have been teaching since 4 o'clock. I have been here for 30 minutes. It's 4.33, so for 30 minutes. So for is for the total period of time. Since is nothing but the starting point of time. Since is nothing but the starting point of time. Now, there is this from also. From is usually used with till, or until, or with to. So we use from there. Now, during is used for period of time. During Christmas, during the summer vacation, I shall be visiting Kashmir. So during that period of summer vacation. So these are all time phrases that you should know and use it correctly. Now, where are you going to make usage of this? This you're going to use in your answer script. Now, your answer, you may know the answer very well, but let me tell you, an error in the preposition can cause a real damage to the sentence. For example, you should know where the heart is in the chest cavity. Now, if I say the heart is on the chest cavity, then the heart should be popping out. You see, it becomes like that. So please see to it that you use the prepositions correctly. Your answers, your knowledge of the subject might be fantastic. A prepositional error can take us nowhere. So these are the ones which I thought I should introduce and also give you exercise right now so that you do the exercise along with me and also know whether you're right, whether you've understood and what you have been doing. So now the other thing that you have to know is o'clock, you're sharp on dot. So on time. So in time is well within this. We use before. What do we use before night? Afternoon, ma'am. In the afternoon. In the afternoon we use. In the afternoon, in the evening, at noon. The exercise is coming to you. So I shall teach you right now. So now I'll go to the exercise and come back to you. Yeah. Yes. Complete the following sentences with the correct preposition: to, towards, on, onto, in, into. Some sentences may have more than one possible answer. Remember that a few verbs of motion take only on rather than onto. Now, can you answer this? Anna has written, sorry, let me put the choices before you. Yes. Yeah, this is better. I'm sure you can see it because this is how I practice. Now, and yes. Yes. Anna has returned to her hometown. Correct. The dog jumped. The dog jumped into the lake. Yes. Next. Are the boys still swimming? In the pool. Yes. It's anyone? Into the floor. No. Onto the floor or on the floor. Onto the floor or on the floor will be correct answer. The plane landed. Dash the runaway. Come on, answer. Yes. Onto, no, on the runaway. Yes, correct. On the runaway. Yes, correct. Next one. We drove dash the river for an hour, but turned north before we reached it. To, towards, on, onto, in, into. Oh, into, no, dear. Into what will happen? You are just going right into it, becomes towards the river. We drove towards the river. No, 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 no. No. What happens is, it's okay. I'm so glad you made mistakes because you should pat yourself since you learned for an hour. Which one did I ask? The river. Yeah, we drove towards the river, the direction of the river. So we are driving, you see. So if I go into means I'm jumping into the river. That's the thing. The kids climbed the dash the monkey bars. Any answer? Yes, no chat popping out. The kids climbed dash the monkey bars. Oh, two of you. Good. I said, when you're using, they are climbing the bars. So the level has changed. So what do we use? Onto. The kids climb onto the monkey bars. Jonah, yes. Yes, onto is correct. Good. Yes. Now, Jonah got dash Fred's car. Cereal dash the floor. The baby spilled the cereal into the floor. No. Any other answer? The baby spilled his cereal. Hang on. Hang on to no. Hang on to something. So there is no something there. Just hang on. I went dash the gym. I went to the gym. Very good. Now, next one. Matthew and Michelle moved the table, dash the dining room. Yes, come on, quick, 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 quick. Yes, good. Towards the dining room. Okay, I can understand this can be correct. Yeah, correct. 2 is also correct. Yes, sometimes there can be more answer. Alan left your keys, dash the table. Alan left your keys, dash the table. On the table. Fantastic. Super duper. Am I glad? Dr. Carper apologized for interrupting us and told us to carry dash with our discussion. On a discussion. Yes, correct. Yeah. I walked dash the amusement park. I walked to the amusement park. Yes, correct. Then Pat drove Mike dash the airport. 5, 6 of you. I know. Not to the airport. Yes, to the airport is correct. To the airport. You're not going right into. You're dropping him at the airport. That's why. Okay. Glenn almost fell. Dash the river. Into the river. Yes, towards the airport. Okay, fine. Next, the waitress noticed that there was no more Diet Pepsi. Dash Marty's glass. In Marty's glass. Yes, correct. In Marty's glass. Next, Lee and Sarah took the bus that was heading dash the university. Towards the university. Very good. Keep it up. Mary Sue jumped dash the stage and danced. The 20th one. Onto the stage. Yes, you've understood. On yet another level. So onto the stage. Now correct the errors in these prepositions. I cannot agree to you in this situation. Yes, onto is correct. I cannot agree to you in this situation. What is to be replaced? Can you tell me? I cannot agree with you. Yes, good. He agreed with my demands. He agreed to my demands. Lovely. Yes. She is waiting of the arrival of the postman. 2 is correct. Next one, for the arrival of the postman. Correct. Please wait inside the white line. Yes. Please wait inside the white line. In the white line. No. Anything else? Please wait behind the white line. Sorry. Not this. Yes. I have been waiting from 3 hours time has been, total period of time has been mentioned. Now, he arrived in the airport at 3 p.m. Yes, 4 is correct. He arrived to the airport. No. Any other answer? He arrived at the airport. Yeah, he arrived at the airport. The flight will depart in 8 a.m. Any answer? The flight will depart in 8 a.m. Specific time 8 a.m. is given. So what will be the preposition? At. Very good. Very good. Keep it up. Now, yeah, we are just on time to catch the train. Anything there? Yeah, we are just on time to, we are just in time to catch the train. Yes, correct. We should pay our bills in time. On time, yes. Now, I bought the bag with $100. $400. Yes, for correct. Yes, FOR for correct. Yes, correct. See now how nicely you have answered. That gives me an inexplicable joy, though I know I cannot see you, but the fact that you have responded itself is a beautiful, treasured moment for me. I'm thrilled. Thank you so much. And now we shall move forward to yet another exercise. This time I have included certain spellings. Certain spellings I feel which are commonly, there are such words which can cause confusion. So that also I've included. I'll get back to you on that. I've got some more sentences on tenses and out of step, dash Fred. Voices breaking, ma'am. I do not know why my voice is breaking. There is absolutely no noise here, and it's pretty calm and cool. The whole army is out of step, dash Fred. Means they're all moving in step. You know, there's steps and except. Yes, correct. It'll be except. Yes. I'll dash no money from that cheapsteak. The cheapsteak is that person. I don't want to take any kind of money from him. Accept. Accept. Yes, correct. Please dash this pot of mama's chicken soup. Wow, some people mouth must be watering. Am I sure? Mama's chicken soup. Please dash this pot of mama's chicken soup. Do you accept this chicken soup or do you accept this chicken soup? Accept. Very good. Very good. It will cure anything. Dash flat feet. Accept or accept. had to dash their negative evaluation. Except, yes, correct. Sorry, a little change. It happens, and that's the beauty. Let's take it very positively. Okay, all the girls went to the game, dash Mary. No answer? To the game except Mary. Correct. Howard could not dash the job. Except, correct. Accept the job. Yes, correct. Accept the job. Next one. Dash when there's a classic movie playing, Pete seldom watches TV. Except, yes. Except when there's a classic movie playing, Pete seldom watches TV. I will dash your gift if you let me pay for my lunch. I will accept your gift if you let me pay for your lunch. Yes, correct. Now, the next one that comes is our affect and effect. Now, fill in the blanks with either affect or effect. Now, you have one small clue here. The word effect, I shall just annotate here for you so that you could know. Now, remember effect. In effect, it's always the end results. Effect also starts with E. End result also starts with E. Correlate like that, your answer will never become wrong. End results are to show results. Now, it also means to bring about a change or a result, whatever you're talking, or it can also mean produce the desired results. This is effect. Now, affect is nothing but to have an influence. To have an influence on the result. Okay. Now, choose. So this is something that you should remember. I'll have to about this. So please, sorry for that. Wars dash everybody and their destructive generations. Fantastic. Wars affect everybody and their destructive effect lasts for generation. The end result lasts for generation. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. What more example do we want? Correct. Television is a strong dash on public opinion. Yes, the first one is over. Can we go to the second one? Yes, effect, correct. Now, My mood can dash my thinking too. My mood can affect my thinking too. Super duper. I see that you're trying to dash apathy, but I know that you really do care. Apathy means showing indifference. Sympathy means you're having some feelings of sorry, feeling sorry for them. Empathize means you put yourself into their shoes. So sympathy, empathy, apathy. So the three are different in meaning. You want again the mean, or you want me to write again? Okay, I will write it for you, Sneha. I will definitely do it. Now, what did you say? Fourth one is affect. Yes, I can see that you're trying to affect apathy, but I know that you really do care. Yes, correct. So let me write to you, Sneha. You must, if you can take a screenshot, it will be helpful. Yes, I'll do it, Sneha. I'll do it. Do not worry. I'm here to clarify doubts. I shall do it, definitely. Okay, let me write again. Effect. Effect means nothing but to show results. Okay, it also means bring about to cause a change or whatever it is. Now it also means produce the desired result. That is the thing. Now, when you talk about affect means to have an influence. Now, remember, effect shows results are the desired result, or you can also use the word end result. Because what happens, you will remember E, effect also starts with E, end also starts with E. So you correlate like that. So it brings about, or you can also say it brings about, or to cause a change or produce the desired result. Affect is to have influence. So I see that you are trying to affect apathy. You're trying to have an influence that you are going to apathize. No, but I know that you really do care. Falling on my head had a bad dash on my memory. Falling on my head had a bad dash on my memory. Bad effect on my memory. The end result, no? Naveen, falling had a bad result on my memory. His years of smoking have negatively dashed his health. Effect. Yes. His years of smoking have negatively affected his health, had a negative influence on his health. This plan will surely dash significant improvements in our productivity. The seventh one. Bringing about significant improvements in our productivity. What would be the answer? Effect. Vinita? Yes. The patient shows normal dash and appears to be psychologically stable. This might be slightly difficult. It is affect only. The principal's new rules dashed the school. It influenced the school. It had an influence on the school. So which word will you bring? Supply and demand have a direct dash on the commodities. On the commodities. The dash of the speech was visible on the faces of the sleeping audience. The end result of the speech was visible on the faces of the audience? What will be the answer? Effect. Yes, correct. Next, he's just trying to seem cool. Is completely dash. He's just trying to act as if he's cool, but his indifference is completely, if I bring the word, you'll get the answer. Any word? Affect or effect? Anyone? No, it's affected. The radiation leak, you may never know the full effect that was, and this is effect. Yeah, which one, if you could number it will be helpful. Anyway, doesn't matter. We may never, 12th one is completely affected, 13th one is effect. The early frost will dash the crops, will have an influence on the crops. What could be the answer? Affect. Good. What kind of dash can this quiz have on your dinner tonight? What kind of result can this quiz have on your dinner tonight? Come on. Quick. What kind of effect? Fantastic. So you see how it took some time for all of us to these answers and these words in our exam paper. Poor examiner who's valuing our paper will be wonderstruck and will be in a dilemma. Is it affected or affected? So it will affect him totally. And he will not know what will happen to him. So the correction of the papers will have an effect on him and he will be affected by it. See how I can make a sentence with him. The correction of the papers will have an effect on him and he will be totally affected. It could be positive or it could be a negative one. So important is the usage of these words. Affect, effect, accept, accept. So this, thanks to Purdue Owl Writing Lab, which gave me this exercises. Beautiful ones are there. So I'm glad that I could bring out something to you. But in my worksheet, I have given you these exercises with the answer key so that you could do. Now I move on to something else for you. Yeah, this is a small exercise, business vocabulary quiz. So choose the best response for each one. When someone brings something to the table, it means that he or she. You can just write A, B, or C. Has something to offer, has nothing to offer, buy everyone lunch. A, correct. HP is one of Dell's main computers, computators, controllers. No, B. B is the answer. Dell's main competitors. Dell is also a company. HP is also a company. So HP and Dell are both competitors. It's pretty hard to dash against big established companies. Compete, complete, competition. A, correct. James dashed last year, changed his job, changed jobs, made a change in jobs. James changed his job last year. Yes. Next one. It's not good to dash yourself entirely to your career. Denigrate, detonate, dedicate. C, actually. You dedicate yourself entirely to your career. There is no doubt about it. But remember, you have a family responsibility. Try to walk with an equal balance on both, just like a tightrope walk on the way the circus people do. Bill, I need your dash on this. What do you think of this design? Intake, install, input. Yes, I need your input on this. Correct. I thought you dash a good job. Input, yes, correct. I thought you dash a good job at the conference. Did a really good job, really did a good job, really did a job, did really a good job. Which one is the answer? A, correct, yes. We got a meeting in 10 minutes. Do I have to dash P2? Yes, you do. B, yes, correct. I'd like you to do a little dash on investment strategies. Present, presenting, presentation. What's the answer? I'd like you to do a little. No? Any other answer? C, correct. I'd like you to do a little presentation on investment strategies. Yes. He's away dash at the moment, but he'll be back in an hour. From his desk, from her desk, from the desk. A is the answer. He's away from his desk at the moment, but he'll be back in an hour. From his desk, yes, that's the right answer. So see how each of the exercises are related to whatever you are learning. How each of the exercises literally corresponds to what you are learning. So now the last but not the least, I think I should be able to do, but let's do it. Yeah. We have common business phrasal verbs. Oh no. Now, actually, let me show you this. So you have the verb, okay? And plus what you have is what is known as a phrasal verb is nothing but you have the noun plus, no, it's a verb only. It's the, yeah, verb plus the preposition attached to it. Now, these are words which you're going to use very frequently in your day-to-day life when you do your exams, when you do anything. Once you put a preposition, the meaning of the word itself takes a new turn. So that is why I thought I should introduce phrasal verbs, it is called. But phrasal verbs on its own does not have a meaning. It has to be fitted into a sentence to give it a full meaning. Now, there are common phrasal verbs that we use in our day-to-day life, but I restricted myself to business phrasal verbs. Now, what was the idea to restrict myself to business phrasal verbs was because thinking of your exam in mind. Keeping this idea, this concept that within 45 days, you have your exam, you need to write letters, you need to do so many things. I thought I should introduce phrasal verbs, but let it be related to business phrasal verbs. That would have some value and meaning for your exam. So here they are. Branch out. So branch out means to say to do more different kinds of activities or work. We just don't do one work, so we branch out in terms of business. The company specializes in casual clothing, but is branching out into formal wear. So you have another product from the same company. That is how you're branching. Opening a branch is different. Let me tell you very clearly. Now the SBI Bank opened a new branch in another place. That's just opening a branch, but you're branching out. Your own company is branching out with a different product altogether. So that is branching out. Now, break into. Now, meaning enter with force or effort. It's always been his ambition to break into broadcasting. He wants to do, or he wants to go to broadcasting. The thief broke into the house. That is also there. That's why I said I'm restricting myself to the usage of these phrasal verbs related only to business because of your exams in ahead of you. Carry on, continue. He moved to Istanbul to carry on his work. Close down, stop operating. This is a very common word nowadays. Why? Because of the pandemic, we have seen so many shops, so many small establishments have just closed down their business. So the firm has decided to close down its France branch. Look forward to, feel pleased and excited about something that is going to happen. We look forward to hearing from you soon. Now here, there is a grammatical point too. Remember, you have the preposition to. The next word is a verb. Here is basically a verb. So never ever write in your letters, we look forward to hear from you. Let me show you that. It will always be, we look forward to hearing from you. See, this is the preposition. This is actually a verb, but it should be in the ing form only. This is extremely important. So we look forward to hearing from you. You are going to end up your letters with this statement. Never write, we look forward to hear from you. If you like, write, we look forward to hear from you. Now this will be a wrong sentence. So it will be, we look forward to hearing from you. This will be the right one. It is from. Remember this very clearly. So we look forward to hearing from you will be the right answer. So this is one thing which I wanted to tell you too while I'm teaching. So this is the thing that I wanted to bring in. So here and there, this tidbits would always help you. Yes, note down, write something down. I noted down his phone number. Now, as the work goes, as your duty goes, you have to take notes or you have to note down of whatever is happening. So it is note down. Step down. This also you shall hear the problem of attrition where resign or leave a position or a job. There's a doubt there. Ma'am, please share this PDF. Okay, I shall tell my academy people and get this shared for you. Okay, the chairman was forced to step down due to his old age. Now, Yediyurappa stepped down because of his age. So he stepped down as a chief minister. So you use this in very formal terms or business terms. Take off becomes. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Take off, become successful or popular very fast. Her career really took off after that concert. You always say the plane takes off, but then remember, this is related to your business term. So you become popular also very fast. Take up, you fill up a particular amount of space at time. These files take up a lot of disk space. Okay, way up. Consider carefully the advantages and disadvantages of a situation. You must have used this term like the pros and the cons, which you can be frequently occurring rather in your answers. I'm weighing my options before I decide to apply the job. Okay, I'm weighing up my options. I'm weighing up my options. Remember, here you can say weighing up, but at the same time, remember this too. I wanted to tell you this too. See how things come up. Never say cope up. You always cope with. Never say cope up. You always say cope with. Because you cope with the problems, you don't cope up. Cope itself is putting you up. So do not use under one. It becomes redundant and it's not correct. So this is under tiny mini thing that I wanted to brief you about, because when you write in your answer, please write cope with only. Backup. Backup is a common word after the digital revolution. You must be aware of it. So you always try to keep a backup of all the options that is there. So make a copy of the information. It's a good idea to back up your files onto a memory stick. See the word onto used here. You're moving it from one level to another level. What are you moving? You're moving up the files from this level to another one. So memory stick, you're moving on to. So I've used the preposition onto. See, you should be able to analyze when you are doing this work. Yes, put up the additional question. What is it? Ma'am, please. Question. May I? Yeah, ask a question. No objection. Please ask. Any question? Okay. Between proverbs and idioms, you want difference between proverbs and idioms. Well, that itself is another topic, dear. But let me tell you, since you asked. Now, proverb is actually what is known as, it's a statement that has come into usage after certain experience or whatever it is. Idioms and phrases have a hidden meaning in them. Now, hit the bucket. You're not going to kick the bucket. Hit the bucket means the person is dead. Hit the bucket means the person is dead. So there you do not know the meaning. Hit the bucket means kick the, he's dead. So that meaning is hidden itself within it. It's idioms and phrases like a muhavre. But whereas when you come to proverbs, as you call it in Kannada, I do not know, most of you are from different parts of India. It's a proverb. It just tells you, for example, all that glitters is not gold. Silence is golden. Your speech is silver. You understand from it itself very clearly that you have to be silent because it's like a golden rule. It's golden. Speech is silver. Silver is definitely less expensive than gold. Yes. You're from Bihar, Patna. It doesn't matter where are you from, as long as we are all human beings. That is what matters. I'm teaching from one person to another. That's it. Do not worry at all. I'm not worried. Absolutely no worry. So that is the thing. So please be careful. So hit the bucket actually means dead. Hit the sack means you go to bed. So hit the sack. You're not going and hitting under the sack there. Hit the sack, go to bed, hit the bucket, he's dead. This you will not have in the prop. This is statement almost, which is clear in itself. And that says like this, all that glitters is not gold. Don't count your chickens before they're hatched. Okay, silence is golden, speech is silver. Make hay while the sun shines. So that is Proverbs. Okay, I was at the point of backup, make a copy of information. It's a good idea to back up your files onto a memory stick, carry on or carry out. You are doing or completing a task. More research on the subject needs to be carried out. Come up, it suddenly came up. You had to go for a meeting, but it got canceled because some things come up. You get on, you continue to start doing up something. Can we please get on? Because there's a lot of things to be done. So that is at this point. I shall just stop at this point and tell you certain prepositions which are used with certain words that I wanted to tell you. This again, I'll continue tomorrow. And you do have an exercise worksheet to be given to you. So that shall be given as per their say absorbed in. You always say interested in. You always say involved in. This is something. You will always say you believe in. You will always say succeed in. So remember, in comes after these words. Next, I'm anxious for, fit for. It is a spelling, excuse me, inclined for. Okay, and then ready for. Next, when you have of, afraid of, you have, then you say ASH, sorry, ASHAMED, ashamed of, then you say aware of, then you say capable of, correct? Now you can also say composed of, you can also say fond of. You can also say, I'm tired of listening to your lecture, ma'am, please close. We want to go home. Depend on, rely on, insist on. These are certain things that I thought I must tell you. So every day I'll tell you certain words which come with certain prepositions. Now, for example, absorbed in, interested in, involved in, believe in, succeed in. Anxious for, fit for, inclined for, ready for. Afraid of, ashamed of, aware of, capable of, composed of, fond of, tired of. Depend on, rely on, insist on. So these are certain words that take up only this preposition with it. That's the thing to be noted on. So when you note this, it really helps you, because in turn, when you are writing your answers, you can use it accordingly. According to. So you can use it accordingly. And that is why I brought out these words. So every day I shall be bringing out these words so that it will help you in remembering little by little, not much, but certain words which you're going to commonly use while writing your answers. It in turn would help you. So with this, for day one, that I have covered, the prepositions I have covered a part of the business vocabulary. I have covered a part of the business phrasal verbs. I made you do a small quiz about it. I brought out the difference between affect and effect. I have brought out the difference between accept and accept. And the other thing that I could teach you is the common errors in the preposition. I think it's time for me to wind up, and I brought out certain words which take up these prepositions only so that you will be aware of using it. Now with this, I shall close up for today. The worksheet will be there for you and with the answer key. Mind you, I have browsed various websites, the Purdue writing task, so many the All Right worksheet exercises, so many the Pinterest.com, so many websites, and brought out this material, and the worksheet I have done on my own. So all this has been combined into one encapsulated form to help you do better. You have any doubts, anytime, you're most welcome to clarify. If you do not have doubts, fine. But if you have doubts, please don't sleep on it. Anything more to be done from my side for these 4 days, most welcome. Let me know. So with that note of positivity and optimism, hoping that you have learned something, here's Meenala signing off for today's class, and good luck for today evening's class for you. Good night, sweet dreams, and welcome to tomorrow's class with a fresh, positive air. And I shall meet you tomorrow at the same time at 4 o'clock, waiting to see you all. So thank you so much. Thanks a lot. You've been wonderful. I might not see you, but I know you have been there for me, sitting and listening patiently and taking off your precious 90 minutes, which you use for preparing for your exam. Now, go back with a fresh, rejuvenated mind and learn. God bless you all. Thank you very much. That's it. Bye.